Hi everybody, this is Christine, Gemini Vintage Store, and I wanted to tell you today about my Outlander bracelets. They are my best sellers, so I know a lot of you are familiar with them. I was first introduced to Outlander a couple of years ago. I was at my in-laws with my husband, and my mother-in-law was telling me about a TV show marathon they'd been watching on TV called Outlander. And she told me the premise of the story. I waited a few weeks, and one day I thought, I'm going to check it out. And I'll tell you, I was hooked. At the time, I was still just kind of starting these book bead bracelets. I was doing a lot of Twilight, Harry Potter and stuff like that, but really Outlander has been my biggest seller. And I know a lot of you know why. It's such a good series. So anyway, I finished season 1, and then I had to go out and buy the books. So let me tell you, it was so good that I finished all 8 books that she has out in 6 months, which was no small feat because I was also doing full-time school and commuting an hour each way at the same time. But that's how good those books are. So anyway, I ended up buying 2 copies of Outlander. I've since bought another one, so we're up to 3 copies of Outlander, 1 to keep and 2 to make the bracelets from. So you know what, I'll just get to it and let me show you my absolute best seller is this one. This was inspired by the Fraser clan dress tartan plaid. I had done some research online to try to, just figure out color patterns for these things. And the tartan plaid came up in my research, and this, this red and gray. And I thought it was really, really cool. And I know a lot of you think the same because this has been my best seller. I also have Shift from, this was inspired by when Claire first traveled through the stones. She was wearing that white dress, and Jonathan Randall had, said she was in a shift, so of course I had to make that. This charm is a Scottish thistle. Can you see that? There. That's nice, huh? The charm is a Scottish thistle, and of course, that plays big in the whole story because they're in Scotland, and Claire has a Scottish thistle in her wedding ring from Jamie. I also have this cute teal and pearl colored one inspired by the Rent episode from Claire's beautiful teal dress with a white collar. Do you remember what I'm talking about? So that was the inspiration behind this one. I do get a lot of questions regarding sizing of these bracelets, so I wanted to cover that real quick. Now the bracelets, they are spiral wrap. They're on memory wire, so all you have to do is just wrap. Now I have a 6-inch wrist, so you can see the extra large size has a little bit of play. If you have a larger wrist or you like them loose like I do, this is my favorite size. I like them to fit a bit loose. I just don't like stuff touching me all the time. This is the size small, and this fits more like a cuff. You see, not a lot of room in there. A lot of people prefer this. It's a really, really cute style. But like I said, there's not a lot of play. So if you don't mind stuff touching you all the time, I know I have a weird thing. Anyway, this bracelet right here, this is from Dragonfly and Amber. You see that cute little dragonfly on there? And the colors were inspired by that piece of amber that Claire was giving as a wedding present by, his name is Monroe? Is that right? Oh, you guys are gonna know better than I am. It's been a while. But this was inspired by the amber. I also have gone on up to Voyager. See that cool ship on there? I know season 3 is going to be going into Voyager, and it was inspired, of course, by the colors of the ocean. But you know, keep in mind that you guys can get any color you want. All you have to do is send me a message and I will do any color. In fact, for example, I did this purple and gunmetal as a custom request and I liked it so much, and so did you guys, so I kept it as, you know, one of my regular listings. I have a couple more. Oh, I think 3 more. This color pattern, can you see that? Green, purple, and lavender was inspired by the actual thistle plant. It's a gorgeous plant. I actually had some in my backyard when I lived in San Jose. If it's indeed the same plant, it's a little bit invasive, so, you know, personally I prefer that it stays in Scotland. But it is pretty to look at, as long as you don't have to walk through it. I have this cutie right here that was inspired by Claire's gorgeous yellow dress in the beginning of season 2. Do you remember that yellow dress with some brown in it? And it also had pink embroidered flowers. You can see I put a little bit of pink. Every 5th set of glass beads has a pink one instead of the bronze. So there, and I used a brass colored thistle that I found. Isn't that cool? And then this one, I know you've all seen the picture of Jamie wearing his, you know, brown and blue work plaid. So this is the inspiration behind that. Not one of my more popular designs, but it is one of my favorites, just because it reminds me of how handsome he was in that scene. And, oh, and I have one more thing. I do have sterling silver. All this is the adjustable. See that, the adjustable bracelet with this kind of oval rather than a circle Scottish thistle. This is all sterling silver. I call this my companion bracelet because what it's meant to do, you put that on first and then you put the bead bracelet under it, and they're layered. There. How cool is that? You could wear it with the book beads or on its own. Isn't that cute and dainty? I love these. I have other companion bracelets. I don't have any made right now, but I'm sure you've seen them if you've been on any of my websites on the Etsy store or on GeminiVintageStore.com, which is my Shopify e-commerce site. There is also another companion bracelet. It's not sterling. It's I think it's stainless. It's nickel free, with regular metal alloy letters, and it's intended to be a monogram with Jamie Claire Fraser, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty popular. Also, you can see that. You can go to search out Gemini Vintage Store on Etsy, or you can go straight to shopgvs.com, and that'll take you to the Etsy pattern site. Or you could go to GeminiVintageStore.com, and that will take you to my Shopify. I have 3 places to buy. So, you know, check it out, and I'll be back with another video to explain some more of my book beads. So until then, I'll see you later.